I just wanted to show you a little trick. I am working on a game project about this wizard, and it's a 4-week project with 2 other designers and 3 programmers, and we really felt that we wanted to recreate the depth of field view from popular games like Link's Awakening and Death's Door, where everything centered in the game is focused and everything outside of it is blurry, out of focus, almost like a tilt shift miniature feeling of a camera. So I want to show you how you can do this in Unreal Engine. So if we play the game right now, you can see this is the perspective. We have a 45-degree angle on the camera. And I mean, it looks okay. It's not the best thing anyone has ever seen, but it looks decent. But we can make this super interesting. Because what would we want to do in this like top-down game where there's a bit of bullet hell, you shoot, you dash, you do fast movement. We want it to be like an orthographic game. The problem is with orthographic, if I go here and choose orthographic, maybe we'll put the arm like 2048 away. I'm sorry, that doesn't affect. So we put this at 2048, the orthographic view, like this. This is the perspective we want, but as you can see now, this looks really ugly. There's like everything, what orthographic means is like everything is put on the same level, so it appears 2D. Sorry, getting some text messages here. But so everything appears very 2D. We can look at the grass and the trees and the water, like everything is like it's on the same plane. And that's not what we want, because we still want to feel like this is 3D. So we want to create the orthographic feeling but keep it 3D. And the trick to do that is just to move the camera super far away. Like this you can experiment with yourself, but if we take like 1024 times 8, let's go, 8192, and as you can see we have a 45-degree angle. That's not necessary, but that's what we have gone for. And we don't want to make it orthographic. We want the perspective, right? But this, if I play now, look, we're yards away. We can barely see the game. We're up here in the clouds. So what we do to fake it is put a really short field of view, or a really low field of view. So we put it at 15. I think that's a good number. And you see, now it almost looks as the orthographic view, but we can see there's some depth. We can see that over here, like this is further away, there's water down below. Like this creates a 3D feeling. But we're not there yet. What we also need to do is to actually create the camera post-process settings. So what we want to do is we want to take this camera, we drag it out, and then we want to set the post-process settings of this camera 1, right? So the post-process settings, we want to make them. So we write make post-process settings. Alright, so here, what do we want to change? We want to get the focal distance, definitely. We also want to change the aperture. That's how big the hole of the camera is. If you know anything about camera, it's like how much light you put in. So that, and also maximum aperture, because we don't want it auto-adjusting and screwing things up, because there's a very specific look to make this macro lens. So we need to control it. So we want the focal distance, and of course how wide the sensor is. And anyone that knows cameras knows like sensor width, what it is, and it's in millimeters, and here we're going for like a 200 millimeter sensor width. If you ever have a camera that does that, it means you're rich. or have rich friends. We put the aperture at 0.5 and we put the maximum at 0.5 as well. So here we've set it. The only thing we need now is the focal distance. How we make sure that everything in the center is in focus and everything around it is blurry and out of focus. That's the effect we want from Death's Door and Link's Awakening. So to achieve that, we can do it quite easily. We get a reference to the spring arm. We get the target arm length. That's the arm to the player from the camera. And we just put it in focal distance. This means that always everything will be in focus at the same distance as our player arm. And now we connect this in begin play. That means it starts right away when you start playing the game. And when I press play now, look at this tree over here. Look at this cloud coming in. It's all blurry, the background is blurry, these bushes are blurry, but they get in focus when I move close. This bird over here, it's blurry, it's far away, but when I get close, we get it in focus. And the same with everything here. And this just creates a fantastic feeling. Look at this tree, look at like the beginning of this bridge. It's just, you see the trees in the background here, it really creates the background feeling. And moving around just looks so incredibly nice. We can see here also how the focal distance really makes its use. We can see here, very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Anyway, that's how you do it. Thank you.